If you're 5'8" or taller, you need to listen to this. Manlip bodybuilding advice doesn't apply to us taller guys. It just doesn't. I have to address this because there are so many people on social media who have great looking physiques. Don't get me wrong at all. They look phenomenal. But then when you see them next to a normal person, they're like this tall. I'm going to explain why taller bodybuilders should never listen to shorter bodybuilders. So hear me out. Bodybuilding is the one sport where being short is an advantage. Now, the reason why it's important is because bodybuilding is an illusion. And the illusion is looking full, filling out a physique. Shorter guys fill out faster, so they appear bigger in most of their pictures. So if you ever noticed, a short guy looks amazing when they take pictures of themselves by themselves, right? They look amazing. Like, wow, this guy's huge. This guy's got great arms. This guy looks phenomenal. He's got a huge chest, blah, blah, blah. And then you put him next to a taller guy, it just doesn't look as impressive anymore because it's just the illusion of size. That's what it comes down to, the illusion of size. Shorter guys have shorter limbs, so it's easier to fill out. Taller guys are longer, and it takes longer to fill out that frame. So for example, let's go with the weight of 185 pounds. Now, 185 pounds is going to look totally different on someone who's 5'4", 5'5", 5'8", 5'11", 6 foot, 6'2". We take that 6'2" person and we put him next to the 5'4" person. The 5'4" person is going to look, wow, that person looks like a bodybuilder compared to the 6'2" person. Meanwhile, they have the same amount of muscle mass. It's just dispersed differently. When someone's 6'2", they need to be in the heavier side of it to appear as filled out as that manlet who is 5'4". Because that 185 on someone who's 5'4", that weight almost has nowhere else to go but out. That's what happens, is like that weight has to go out. When you're 6'2", it has to fill this way and that way. So it's very, very different. And it's like that, it's that illusion, that bodybuilding illusion that makes the difference. Like I said, it's the same amount of weight, but it's displaced and displayed differently. Shorter guys, I would say they can aim to get to 180 and look jacked and have all these, crazy amount of following online and all this other stuff that they get from posting pictures of themselves. But then again, on the same token, if you put them next to somebody else who's the same weight, the other person doesn't look as impressive because, again, they're just not filled out. So taller guys who, like myself, 5'11" and taller, you need to be well over 210 to appear just as jacked as them. Now, obviously, limb lengths play a portion in this. Some guys are 6'2" and have shorter arms and their arms look bigger, genetically where the muscles are placed. But you guys get my drift, right? Shorter guys just fill out faster. It's easier for a shorter guy to get to 185 than someone who's 6'2" to get to 240. Big difference there. Like, they can have the same starting point in weight, and it's much easier for the shorter guy to get to that 180 weight as opposed to the taller guy to do it. It's just, and look as impressive is what I mean too. So you have to be careful when you look online and follow other people's advices because, like I said, shorter guys and people with perfect limb sizes and everything like that can do almost everything wrong, and their physique will be filled out faster. But if you're a taller guy, you just have to fill out your frame to match that. So, and it's the illusion of size. That's what bodybuilding is all about, the illusion of size. But you got to be careful when you take shorter guys' advice because they just fill out faster. It's easier for them to look and appear bigger. When you're taller, it's much harder, especially when it comes to lean gains. When you're trying to make lean gains, like I said, someone who's 6'2" should be anywhere, if you're a bodybuilder, anywhere between 210 to 240 is probably the number that they should be. But is that all going to be lean? Because that's a lot of tissue to put on. That's a lot of weight. So, but versus on the other side of it, when you're shorter, you can even get to 160 and look extremely lean and be extremely muscular. But again, like I said, the same amount of muscle, but it's going to look drastically different. So I'm not saying you can't take advice from shorter people or anything like that, or taller people and vice versa if you're the other way around, right? You can take advice, but you have to understand a little bit too that bodybuilding is an illusion and you have to play to that illusion. So you want to try to always make yourself appear bigger than you need to be. But for taller guys like myself, it took me a while to learn this. It takes you a while to fill out your frame. It's not going to happen as fast as someone who's shorter. Someone who's shorter, who is the same weight as you, is always going to appear more muscular because they're shorter and the weight has more places to go quicker than when you're taller. It has a lot more, you know what I mean, right? My hand gestures kind of get the idea where that is. So if you made it this far into the video, I have something for you. I have a free 6-week training program I want to give you. No strings attached. All you got to do is click that link below and get that. This was Anthony, AB Fitness. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.